For nearly 2,000 years, the Temple Mount in Jerusalem has been the center of prophetic expectation. But what if I told you the Third Temple isn't just a theory anymore? Priests are being trained, sacred vessels are prepared, and the world's most controversial altar is already built. So what happens when the Third Temple is built? Is it a sign of peace, or the countdown to chaos? Let's break down the prophecies, the signs, and the spiritual meaning behind one of the most explosive events in the end times. To understand what the Third Temple means, we need to go back to where it all began. The first temple, built by King Solomon, was destroyed by Babylon in 586 BC. The second temple was rebuilt, expanded by King Herod, and stood during Jesus' time, until Rome destroyed it in 70 AD. But the Bible speaks of a future temple, a third temple, not just as a building but a prophetic marker. In 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 verse 4, Paul says the man of lawlessness, the Antichrist, will sit in the temple of God, proclaiming himself to be God. In Matthew 24, Jesus himself warns, when you see the abomination of desolation standing in the holy place, flee. And in Revelation chapter 11, John is told to measure the temple, a temple that didn't exist when he wrote it. All of this points to one thing: a physical temple will rise again in Jerusalem. So here's the shocking part. The pieces are already in place. This isn't fiction, it's happening now. The Temple Institute in Jerusalem has already recreated the sacred vessels, designed priestly garments, reconstructed the golden menorah, built a fully functional altar of sacrifice, and trained Kohanim, descendants of Levi, in sacrificial rituals. And in 2018 and again in 2023, red heifers, a critical requirement for temple purification, were found and brought to Israel. One Temple Institute official even said, "All we need is permission to go up and build. That's how close we are." So, what happens when the Third Temple is finally built? The Bible paints a dramatic, even terrifying, picture of what follows. In Daniel chapter 9 verse 27 it says, "A future ruler will make a 7-year covenant, then break it halfway through by stopping sacrifices." In 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, the Antichrist will enter the temple and declare himself to be God. And in Revelation 13, the world is forced to worship the beast and receive a mark to buy or sell. In short, the Third Temple will not begin as a house of peace. It will become the stage for global deception. This is the abomination of desolation Jesus warned about, a counterfeit Messiah, a false worship system, and the temple, once a house of God, will be desecrated. Now, you may be thinking, okay, but it's not built yet. So why does this matter right now? Well, because the foundation is already laid, spiritually and politically. You see, the desire, the resources, and even the global tensions surrounding the Temple Mount are all intensifying. And more importantly, your heart is the temple God wants to fill now. 1 Corinthians chapter 3 verse 16 says, "Do you not know that you are God's temple and that God's Spirit dwells in you?" The Third Temple is a prophetic sign, but, salvation doesn't come from a building, it comes from a person, Jesus Christ. When the Third Temple is built, the world will watch. But only those who know the scriptures will truly understand what it means. Luke chapter 21 verse 28 says, "When you see these things begin to come to pass, lift up your heads, for your redemption draws near." So stay awake, stay ready. Don't just look at the signs, listen to the Spirit. The King is coming. Are you ready to meet him? What sign hit you the most? And if you haven't already, subscribe so you don't miss what's coming next.